Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to more Zero Hour. Welcome back to the World Series. I feel like I haven't said that for a while because there actually hasn't been that many matches, but I feel like we are going to get a sudden surge over the next couple of days, so watch this space. Today we're back with another round number 3. I believe it's the last round number 3 yet to happen, so Big Size slow playing his games once again. Speaking of Big Size, down in the south we have the orange player, the Gilly Stealth. That is Big Size. All the way up in the north on Sovereignty, I believe we're on. We have the blue player with the China tank today, and this is Tensorgg. I believe this is the guy who it's only his second tournament. Yeah, he played one tournament before, and this is literally his second tournament, and he's already in round 3 facing against Big Size. If you remember correctly, I think Tensorgg beat Facey in a previous match and also Pepsi in a previous match before that. Pepsi was round 1. And Big Size got past Asus in round number 1. I live streamed that. And Big Size also then got past Vector, aka Dents. Got a truck rush here from Tensor and a bit poor micro here from Size. Actually, I don't even know really what he is doing. Surprised that terrorist didn't go to intercept the truck. But I think maybe he just wasn't looking for a second, and now he's actually prioritizing getting closer to the workers. But that truck's already achieved quite a lot. It's already killed multiple workers and stopped one of the rebels, capturing the oil. And still Size is distracted. His first technical here is delayed. I'm just going to pause it a second, just check the sound. Yeah, we're good. Didn't want it to be too quiet. The thing is that truck will give this technical a vet too, and probably give him some scrap as well, providing that Size moves close to it. He's not, though. He's given him plenty of time to scrap the night, and he makes the most of it. Size just seems a little bit slow, you know. Just in this opening match. And I know for a fact that he did warm up. He played like a set against Fargo before these games. But Size is losing a lot. I think he lost his practice set against Fargo. And he's playing Marikar a lot. These are like strong players. Fargo's playing a lot. Marikar's playing a lot. But Size, every time I check his games, he is losing more times than winning. But he's active, though. And just because he lost them few practice games doesn't mean the tournament set and he can't still win the World Series. I think he's still a strong contender. Hijacker on the right. Technical goes down. Terrorist did get the Flamer, though. I just realized we've got one of my favorite matchups, maybe my actual favorite matchup, Stealth versus Tank. So, Tensor has obviously gone for this more forward supply, aggressive truck rush, aggressive strat, which I kind of like, as long as he does get his oils in the not too distant future. Currently, he doesn't even have the capture upgrade. So, Size's economy, getting the oils sooner, and getting a 4th oil here is kind of key. I'm really surprised that Tensor hasn't sent one of them GATs down here just to go in and crush that rebel, because he's got control of that building, so he could have easily sent a GAT there and denied that. But he is actually just pushing into the base, and if he camps this spot, he could just kill all the workers. Those 4 GATs probably could have killed that, especially with that 5th. But so far, the micro from Tensor a bit questionable. Whilst he's running away and taking damage, he's not fighting back. But he is getting and killing the workers, and he is killing some quads, but he's still going to lose all of this army. A GAT and a Flamer pressing forward. That Flamer is going to get hijacked. I don't like the GAT being at the front. Like, it dies easily to tunnels, especially 2 tunnels. Size is... Okay, what's he doing here? What the hell have those... Those quads have literally gone all the way around the map. I thought there would be a big size tunnel here, which I'm actually very surprised there's not. I do highly value sending a worker over here and just building a tunnel. I mean, if you're Big Size, you should be sending it up here. Yeah, honestly, it looks like a bit of a slow start. I actually think Size should maybe be dead to those 5 GATs that pressed. I'm pretty convinced that he could have won that against 3 quads and some RPGs. With 5 tank GATs, I think that's winnable. But Tensor's struggling against these couple of quads around the back, and he still does not have his oils, although he does have the capture upgrade. It's a bit scrappy all over, to be honest, because Size is losing his barracks. He's got another hijacker here. The quads there have been cleared, but that means now that Tensor's only collecting on 2 trucks versus a Size that's going to be on 2 supplies, and he has 3 oils, and his stealth, he's got tunnels pretty much everywhere, apart from this gaping hole in his base. This flame is actually going to get in. Poor Size workers, man. Size doesn't really protect his workers in general quite a lot. Usually not boxing and stuff like that. And SiZe is losing his main base. Hijacker's going to come in, though. Ooh! This is an exciting and scrappy first game here. But yeah, I'm convinced that SiZe should be dead. Already. Especially with that flame and doing epic damage. SiZe is rebuilding the supply, but that supply's not even dead. What is he doing? It can just rebuild. He's going to have 2 supplies, man. What are we watching? This is like... Both players not in a great position, but I feel like Tensor's even in a worse position. I think he's just desperately going for the aggression down the center of the map. But he 100% should have red guards out now capturing these oils. He'd be in such a great position if he had his oils and then used that money to expand here and got himself back up to a second war factory. But you cannot live on just 1 or 2 trucks. Just going for the aggression down the middle, because eventually SiZe is going to hold and stabilize. SiZe has now got a 95% supply. Okay, he's got his refinery though. And yeah, eventually SiZe is going to stabilize. He just pretty much needs the tunnel here. And then he's completely held everything. Like, Tensor doesn't really have much left because of just the economy. I am so confused why the oils were so late. I don't mind the truck rush into a war factory. And then, okay, he might have done a second war factory behind it. But what was wrong actually with maybe dropping down that war factory, sending a get out or whatever to look for an aggressive sized worker, and then immediately going into barracks? Or even scrapping that war factory and going for barracks. If he'd have done that, I swear he'd already have won here. But now SiZe is stabilizing. I think that is already a lost game. He's only just making his red guards now at 7 minutes. If you watch any World Series game, literally watch any game, and I promise you this is either the slowest someone's got their oil or like the second slowest someone's ever got their oil. But it is the World Series. You're in round 3. You're against big SiZe, and the pressure is on. Sometimes you're not gonna play the absolute best. But SiZe has got so many quads out now. You've got a couple of strong quads here. He's running into a giant flame wall though. Okay, he loses a couple of quads there actually. I mean, given there's only a couple of units here for Tensor, actually did kind of okay. I mean, do you remember when I streamed SiZe against Asus, and SiZe actually admitted in the lobby before the game started that he was actually nervous? It seems like SiZe does sometimes get a little bit nervous. Even though he's winning here and he probably is going to close this out, walking into that flame wall, taking a lot of damage to simple truck rush, it just seems like nerves to me. I'm trying to read it. Again, here, look at this. This is flame wall. What are you doing, SiZe? Just walking into a flame wall. This was a beast of an army. I mean, that quad there is still insane. It does like, what, 207% damage. But all of that really was just a distraction. Maybe SiZe is just expanding because he has expanded over here. He's got a tunnel here. He's got this repair bay. And Tensor's only got 3 units out, and that's 1 damaged flamer, 1 damaged outpost, and a GAT. He's going to run into a tunnel in a second. There'll be another quad pop. Yeah, you always got to pay attention to the veterancy, because that counts as like 2 or 3 quads. And he's getting the bounty money now for the kills. This flamer's going to sneak around actually and force to sell on that supply, which is kind of annoying there for SiZe. But Tensor's now got his 3 oils. He's still not expanded over on this supply, and he's actually got a tank GAT in his supply line killing trucks. Takes longer to kill as well because it's automatically repairing because of that building. We've got artillery coming from Tensorgg. I wonder if that's going to be on this supply. Oh man. It's on the... Oh, SiZe is like... It's either a 5 IQ move or a 9,000 IQ move. He built the extra supply because he predicted in 5 minutes time there'd be an artillery on it. So he let that one, rebuild, sell it, and then just use this one. It's just hilarious, man. is hilarious. That building goes down, gives veterancy to the GAT, and it gave him 200 XP as well. He's actually leading the XP game here. This second supply is insanely slow. And I think it just allows too much time for SiZe to build up now. He's on Battle Buster's Palace. Black Market's going up. He's going to get worker shoes. And you know, if someone gets worker shoes, you know what that means. Good night. GAT's heading over to the left-hand side. I think that SiZe might have to retreat from this position. It depends if a couple of Battle Busters pop or not. You could be loading 3 and 4 into those. And then when this engager could be popping. But SiZe just chooses to pop with his Justice quads. He doesn't want to back it up with his busters. Again, questionable because you lost 3 quads there for no reason. You could have popped them Battle Busters and 100% win that engagement, even if they were only half full. What's he trying to do? Is he trying to do a... He's trying to surprise him with like 9 Battle Busters. That's what he's going to try and do, isn't he? Yeah, honestly, I'm not impressed, to be honest, with any of the players here. Maybe my expectations are just too high or something, but... Or maybe we just need to take into account nerves and stuff like that. It's the World Series first games. Tensor's like quite unknown. SiZe probably never heard of him before. Like I hadn't before the start of this tournament. But, yeah, it's just like questionable, some of the things from both players. I don't know about... He's just leaving that position. He knows there's still a tunnel there. SiZe is, like, not occupied by anything now. He could easily pop and kill that dozer on that GAT. He can even see it. But he's not going to pop anything. Just a single flamer. 1 battle bus, 1 quad could have stopped that, and he could have stopped that. What is SiZe doing is popping into a flame wall. When the GAT is finished... I mean, these battle busters are so full now, he's still going to win anyway, but he's taking a lot of damage on some of these battle... Actually, a lot of damage on all of the battle busters. But I still think he's just so far ahead, it doesn't matter. Getting more bounty money. Another market down at the bottom left. Yeah, when the battle busters start running around, that's a problem, but he does run into some mines, though. One of them gets down to the hole. Mainly GAT's pushing on the right-hand side. But if you see that, unless there's flamers, you're not really too worried about just GATs. Loses another battle buster mines. They could have just like stuck here, killed that, and then just pushed deeper into the base and killed the oil. Don't think both of them battle busters needed to go down. But again, I think he's so far ahead. Doesn't matter too much. SiZe knows there's mines here, but he's still walking RPGs. There's a red guard here. That shouldn't really achieve too much. These RPGs probably will get cleared. But it's mainly just a distraction, really, because this battle bus is doing the real damage here, which is killing the oils. Tensorgg did clear the right side. SiZe still hasn't repaired his war factory. Hasn't got fortified structure. Nearly floating 10k. Does have worker shoes, though. Impressed with that. Flamer going to sneak down the left. That's 2 very key buildings. That's very huge. But I just think Tensorgg's in such a bad state now because them battle buses. They've killed 2 of 3 oils. Only 1 left. Tensor's cash, his units, not in a great state. Honestly, I think these units need to be pushing forward now and doing damage, especially having seen that one of them has already got in. Don't know about leaving the flame walls there. Sending 1 HP units forward is a complete waste of time. It's just free bounty money for SiZe. He has to 1-tap them with 1 quad. And he kills them both and gets some veterancy. You want to send them back to get repaired. Artillery coming through for SiZe. SiZe spending all that money. This is why you need the fortified structure. It costs $1,000. And it will probably save your building against this artillery that's coming in. Not the oil, though. And that supply will rebuild. You see, without that fortified structure... that supply would have been dead. So you've just saved a $1,500 supply with a $1,000 upgrade. So it's already paid off for itself. Never mind if something else survives as well. That still needs repairing. And yeah, that oil couldn't be helped to be lost. Big SiZe. Pushing out now with 2 quads, GPS scrambled battle buses. He's running into the flame wall a lot, but I think he's got junk repair, so he doesn't care too much. It's gonna repair. Also, I still think he's very, very far ahead. Especially like when this oil dies now. Look how fast that's going down as well. It looks like he's probably got the yeah, he's got the RPG upgrade. I can just kind of tell by how fast the buildings are going down to each hit. Got a few tank enters here. MiGs are out. He does have napalm, but I think it's too little too late. SiZe is too well established. He's not remaking his workers though. He does have a few markets down here. He's getting the bounty money. These battle busters keep re-stealthing, so they're really hard to target with the MiGs. One MiG does get a hit. One battle bus gets down to the hole. But I think Tensor's just, like, dead. He's definitely dead. I just have a feeling as well that SiZe has started maybe a little bit nervous here, or, I don't know, maybe he's not particularly strong on this map or something like that. And I have a feeling as he warms into it, if this is the first time ever he's played Tensor, as he warms into it, I reckon he'll get better. This is what I reckon. I mean, what has Tensorgg got right now? He's got a flamer, a couple of gats, and a few MiGs that are all going to get killed now by a rebel ambush. Only one MiG went down, actually. One MiG still had missiles in the air, but here comes the Anthrax bomb. SiZe is level 5. Sneak attack's now going to wreck him as well. More MiGs went down. Loads of RPGs. SiZe is floating 12k. Mine drop, probably. That's a lot of RPGs gone down to the mines. And SiZe goes 1-0 up. Yeah, man. Is it just me, or was that game quite unimpressive? I reckon there's nerves there from both players. Yeah, that's just what I think. I don't think it was a particularly high level at all. And I think I've been playing a lot of 1v1s lately as well, and I think the average level of 0 at the moment is extremely high. You've got players like Staz and SPL, and other players that are Peace Lever as well, that like just not expert players, but like of a pro level, and they're all playing pretty much every game that I see perfect, or at least really, really strong. Stronger than what I've seen both players playing there. So I don't think that was the highest level capable of both players. I think there's nerves, and I think there's a hell of a lot of mistakes and stuff in that from both players. But yeah, SiZe, I have a feeling as the set goes, SiZe might start to play better, and maybe Tensorgg will as well. Let's see. Okay, jumping into the reverse. Up in the north with the China tank with the orange color. This is BiG SiZe. Down in the south, this time with the pink color with the GLA Stealth. This is Tensor GG. So Tensor GG definitely an underdog here, but I was quite impressed with his previous games against both Pepsi and Facey. Having never heard of him before, I probably, if I did a prediction before the tournament started, I probably would not have picked Tensor to go into round 3. I probably would have picked Facey or something like that, I think, to progress to round number 3. But that's the thing with these, with the more unknown names, you don't know what they're capable of. So far, this build looks decent. 2 barracks with a fake arms dealer. SiZe going for a truck rush, similar to Tensor, but he's actually kept his CC and gone for a barracks. Okay, is this going to be too passive, keeping your CC? It's pretty much the build I suggested before, but minus keeping your CC. I think you need that extra $1,000. But maybe SiZe just thinks, you know what, I'm going to win here. As long as I don't get hunted, I can just win if we just play a standard game. Truck Rush not having as much success as in the previous game. Terrorist needs to force fire to ground, but that indicates to me there's lag. Or generally bad micro, but I'm going to say that was probably lag. Of course, we were watching the replays. We don't know what the ping was like in the actual games. That did look like lag when a terrorist does that. Generally, I think tank performs better in lag. I actually really like playing tank. If there's super lag, I don't mind playing it, because you pretty much just wreck everything. You can do flame walls or attack move gats, battle masters, ECMs, and you pretty much just eat everything. Whereas the other armies that need micro. Flame walls sometimes mess up in lag. Two flamers though, pressing straight down into the base, and I have a feeling actually they're going to get in. It's going to focus down this tunnel. Yeah, you see this flame wall's a bit off. I reckon that's lag, you know? Like, why didn't he flame wall that worker? Even that one's a bit off. You see, like, this game's just weird, man. This game is just weird. It gets a Vet 3 flamer. Oh, the hijacker runs into the fire. This could be a quick one, you know, because he's lost his main supply and he's actually been delayed getting his oils. He's now trying to capture 2. But I think that's going to be too late. That's going to get a Vet 2 in a second, which is going to make it auto-repair. SiZe behind this has got mines capturing his oils. I think this is a SiZe victory already. It is difficult, that rush, if you don't prepare for it and don't think about it on the right. Truck rush followed by straight gats and flamers. Yeah, you probably need to be thinking about it and probably do 2 or even 3 tunnels there. Yeah, probably 2 and a couple of terrorists, hijacker. Something like that. It can backfire in a tank if he makes the flamer first and you hijack it straight away. But yeah, I think Tensor's been caught with a bit of a build order loss here. Just was not prepared for that aggression down the right. I mean, the flamer's been hijacked. That's going to get shut down by the battle master. SiZe behind this has 3 oils. He's getting his refinery as well. Tensorgg has expanded over on the left, but he's lost all of his workers here. Fake arms dealer not going to be able to do anything. And that was a much more convincing victory there for SiZe. Do we dare criticize SiZe again? I think it's a bit passive. I think against someone like Xcal, is he really going to let you get away with keeping your CC? And going to barracks back at home, you're probably going to have a tunnel in your face and probably going to be killing you. And I think that defense on the right-hand side would be better as well. But maybe SiZe is playing like to the opponent. He probably thought, as long as I don't get hunted here, I should be able to win. Yeah, 2-0 there for SiZe, much more convincing. I think the first game was sloppy, but that one was pretty solid. But yeah, Tensor just wasn't prepared for that fast aggression on the right. It was prepared for the truck rush, but then struggled dealing with the flamers and the gats and stuff. Okay, jumping into the next one. We're on Snowy Drought. Down in the south, we have Big SiZe with the GLA in the orange, and up in the north, we have Tensorgg with the Cyan China Vanilla. I think it is winnable for the China here. I think China has a better time against like Demo, where the quads are more expensive and the tunnel's not strong like Tox. But with GLA Vanilla, all your units are cheap. Technicals are cheap. Quads are cheap. Scorpions are cheap. Your tunnels can stealth if you purchase the $500 upgrade. That supply is a little bit close for SiZe. Doesn't want to give much room for the poor workers, does he? Now they're having to go around the side, see? Bit weird. Pretty standard from SiZe. Pretty much always as a GLA, we'll see a worker head over to the right-hand side. Tensorgg is going for a double helix, okay? And he's purchased the Red Guard veterancy, and he's looking for some SiZe workers. But there's no aggressive worker. It's pretty standard, like 90% of the time you'll see a worker here for GLA. Sometimes you'll see him there, and he'll build a tunnel in front, and he's like kind of boxed in. You can't really crush him if you do that right. This is weird though from Tensor, man. This is weird. You know why it's weird? He's gone for 2 bunker elixirs, okay, and one of them's gonna have 2 Red Guard in it. Well, actually 2 Red Guard and 3 tank hunters, but SiZe is already here, man. Nah, that's GG. That's GG already. That's GG. He's just lost. The build order is revealed. SiZe is already making quads, which you pretty much do in any game anyway after the first quad. But he's lost. One bunker licks is going to be empty. He's not. Okay, he's switched it to a speaker tower now. But SiZe at this point just needs to kill one helix and he's won the game. He just needs to hold against that. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Nah, GG. I don't know if that's needed, you know? I don't think you need to do that.
You are victorious.
As Tensor. I mean, it's only his second tournament. I know for a fact he's been affected by nerves and the mental game after losing game number 1 and stuff like that. I think Tensor's not as comfortable. Sometimes you got to forget about the name and just play as if you're playing against Facey or another one. Just relax into the game. At this point, you're 3-0 down. You got nothing to lose. Don't think the double helix was necessary. I mean, it's easy for me to say I'm not there playing against big size, but you have seen China Vanilla win on that map multiple times before against GLA, and usually against more demo. But I think one way you can win is actually do your third supply first, so you do a more aggressive supply, truck rush with that one, kill that worker on the right hand side, maybe send it into the base and just distract SiZe a little bit, and then straight away start making gats and stuff to deny any more tunnels on the right hand side. Meanwhile, then get your third supply, get second war factory up and stuff like that. Yeah, we've seen it happen multiple times before. But 3-0 there for Big Size. Nice start for him. Okay, jumping into the next one, we have Big Size up in the north with the orange color with the China Vanilla. So Size with a big army disadvantage for the first time in this set. Down in the south, we have Tensorgg GG with the green GLA Vanilla. Yeah, Tensor's confidence, I reckon, will go up now because not only does he think or know in his mind that he's got the stronger army here, but he's also probably thinking, you know what, I'm 3-0 down, got nothing to lose now. Let's just relax. Maybe anyway. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm wrong. Needs a terrorist over here because even though SiZe is not truck rushing, you got to be prepared for it. He must have guard moded there. Just then, the fact that terrorist is going left, gonna assume, because otherwise your terrorist should be over here first because this is the priority. Sometimes a truck will go straight left actually and go all the way over here. That can happen. SiZe has gone for Red Guard, actually. He's gone for Barracks War Factory. Red Guard is first, looking for those workers. But I don't really like this one over here. Because even the tunnel there would have already got up, I think. Or be just getting up now as the Red Guard only just arrived. So I suppose he's just scouting, really. He is going to occupy that building. Yeah, Red Guard in the middle here. It's going to be denied. Flamer over on the right side. Red Guard over here looking for workers as well. Tentacle's going to run into some mines. Ooh, just adjust his course in time. Realize it's not worth the risk at all to get close to this supply. Does damage severely one truck. Quad on the right will take out the Flamer. This is good multitasking at the moment. That Flamer got picked off here, and this Technical's still running around and has taken basically no damage, but has really damaged the truck. Would be nice to finish that, though. You've got to be thinking, you know what, I just need one more tap and it's dead. Besides, has mines on the other supply as well, and this Technical's going to get a little bit trapped now by 2 gats. One truck goes down. Is that worth it at this point, though? Going in there is a suicide. I would have liked that to survive a little bit longer, you know. At least attempt to escape, or maybe not have even trapped yourself in there in the first place. Because I think there's high value in that running around, keeping SiZe busy in his base, chasing it. Go in here again, go around the roundabout. Just run around, try and pick off dozers, stop him expanding for as long as possible. And meanwhile, if you're good at the multitasking, then expand behind it to your third supply, get your own oil and stuff. But at the moment, SiZe has got his oil, so he's economically ahead. SiZe hasn't been allowed to get this. Quads take out the Red Guard and a Gat there. Terrorists on the right take out a Flamer. Is he going to be able to get that dozer? I don't think so. Nah, he's not. What's going on with that terrorist there? I swear there's lag, you know. You've seen these weird bugging out terrorists and stuff. I think there's lag. Okay, third supply going up. Got to be careful, though, because any flamer coming here just goes there and starts doing a flame wall. All your workers are dead. So you probably want another tunnel or a stinger or something there. Would probably say another tunnel. This tunnel needs cancelling. Get his $800 back. I don't know if he did or not. But a big push on the right-hand side by Tensorgg. And SiZe is probably going to lose some trucks here, at least. He is retreating with his GATs. He's going to regroup. He has to sell that supply, actually. Yeah, one of the quads against some veterancy. This building's going to be hit. This is bad micro, losing one quad there for nothing. Oil capital now come in for Tensor. SiZe does have both tech buildings now. And if he gets both of these as well, that's going to be very good for him, because these two artillery platforms provide so much map coverage and defense. It's a really big positive for sure. But likewise, if Tensor gets it, it's a big positive for him as well. And he's currently the one leading the way there, capturing the artillery platform. Flamers on the right now for SiZe. He has re-expanded. Yeah, technical there for Tensor. Maybe a few RPGs in there or terrorists. I'm not sure. SiZe's got good visibility on the left now. He knows that there's going to be no sneaky tunnels up there because he's got this forward position. If we look on his view, you see this now. He's got a massive vision here. He knows exactly what's coming down his flank, if there is anything at all. Yeah, important fight now for here, but is Tensor going to use that while SiZe is out of position to come in and do some damage to the trucks? He is. SiZe could be hunted, you know, because there's a dozer right there, and then it probably wouldn't take much effort to go and find that one as well. It does run the risk there of running into mines. Yep. What? Like, with mines, just don't risk it. Just never risk it. Or if you saw that there was no mines, grab that scrap and get out there straight away. But he paused, and pauses will get you killed sometimes. That's a bit of a shame. If he'd have drove straight across there then with a super tank, he could have killed that dozer, maybe gone up here and just suicided himself and gone all in on the oil, or he could have gone all the way left and at least got that prop and or that dozer there. So yeah, big moment there. Wasted a bit for Tensor. Palace up first. Market is going up. Healthy amount of workers. Maybe just one more there would be nice, or two. SiZe getting the second artillery platform, and Tensor is running the risk of losing quads to stop it. But it looks like he will come out on top just, though, against those units in the middle there for SiZe. And the artillery platform's now raining down damage. You see, when you control these artillery platforms, they're so hard to get to and they have so much HP that really, they're going to wreck all these tunnels. Like, that one there is going to wreck these two tunnels over time. And even if you're repairing it, it'll at least be saying, like, your building is under attack, like, the whole, or your base is under attack the whole game if you repair it. It's so annoying. And actually distracts you from when your base is really under attack, maybe from a different part of the map by a giant army. Didn't cancel, didn't get his $800 back there, Tensor. Stocking up his palace of RPGs. Does have scorpions mixed in now, which will definitely help cracking open those outposts at least. Probably wants to get a Jarman. Worker shoes. Go on battle bus. I think SiZe needs to transition to something. I was going to say probably more Helix. Now you see like 50% scorpions mixed in. Helixes would just wreck that, but MiGs is good too, of course. Would have focused down the quad there though, to be honest. SiZe clears up that little attack. MiG's now coming in from SiZe once again. Is he this time going to focus on the quads? No. He's going to lose MiGs here, isn't he? Yeah, he loses one, but almost loses a third and a fourth. Sorry, a second and a third even. I think normally you take out the anti-air and then you've just got complete free reign. think the quads are easier to take out as well. Like, use 2 black napalm MiGs on a quad and it just dies instant. Nice artillery, doesn't kill the supply completely due to the fortified structure again that we mentioned earlier. Another market being built, could do with a couple more workers here and a couple more here. SiZe now with a lot of mix. Is he now going to focus on the quads? Yeah, it does get a lot of quads there, to be fair. Artillery platform is being hit by this quad, but I think that quad will be stopped in a second. SiZe is pressing a lot on this right-hand side. And I think just a regular GATS doesn't even have the chain gun upgrade. This position's going to get cleared. But Tensor does still have a lot, though. He's still got 2 markets, 2 supplies. Still got an oil and refinery. So still enough to reclaim this, definitely, against the weaker army China Vanilla. I think just one decent pop against these MiGs should take away basically SiZe's main strength, which are those MiGs. Battle bus gets hull moded. That's unfortunate. SiZe expanding to a 4th, taking Tensor GG's supply. SiZe now got pretty much 70% control of the map, maybe 75. Mine drop in the middle there of Tensor's base. If he pushes out there later, it could come back to bite him. He didn't beacon it. MiG's now coming in. There's a lot of quads here, though. Targeting kind of okay to take out a lot of quads. Only like 2 quads there survive. There's a few more over here, though. 4 more over here. MiG's coming again from SiZe and take the battle bus down to the hole. And yeah, SiZe floating 10k. He's kind of in his element now, isn't he? This is where probably thinks he's won. I don't think it's completely over, though. Especially with that TNT. And especially with a lot of these GATs being left in the army weak. There's no speaker tower made. Could have made a speaker tower with subliminal meshing and gone back and repaired them if you're feeling more lazy instead of going back to the war factory. Otherwise, yeah, go back to the war factory. Otherwise, if you got 15k, which you just did, you could build another war factory up here and repair them there. I think 3 war factories is often a common occurrence on Snowy Drought. Another tunnel picked off there. Each one of these is given like 101 XP. So it's one of the reasons why SiZe is so far ahead there. Load of flame is over on the right hand side. SiZe did just spend a load of his money, so probably queued up what? Probably. Oh, he's built a nuke. That's what he's doing, building a nuke. If even one flamer gets here, though, that oil is probably dead. But he's parked his flamer. I think the flamer's going to get stopped, actually. Yeah, if it carried on and went straight behind there and then did a flame wall, the oil probably would have died. At least had a good chance of dying. So SiZe is building a nuke, and I think he's queued up a lot of units in the war factory. I think that's where the rest of his cash has gone. He's using Infernos. But there's no use leaving 2 HP units in your army. Send these back and get them repaired, because in a fight, they're going to die instantly and give free XP to the enemy, free veterancy on his units, which is just going to make him stronger, actually. So they're actually probably doing you more harm than good. Send them back, get them repaired. Scud Storm being built by Tensor. He's got a beefy army now. He does have a beefy army. AP ammo quads. He's getting the bounty money. These Infernos are expensive, man. That's $4,400 worth of Infernos just completely wrecked in a couple of seconds. And if those quads just keep split up a little bit, those MiGs are going to have a hard time coming in without taking any or many losses. SiZe wants to combine a ground attack with the air support, the MiGs, on these quads. If he just comes in with the MiGs, he'll lose a lot. But if he combines it, though, with the overlords that are on the way, the flamers, the GATs, that could be decent. Actually, he's going for the base. He's going for the base. Arc bomb coming in. Probably finish off that market, but not killed a hell of a lot, really. The MiGs, that market will rebuild. And this army for SiZe is getting chased away. There's so many quads now for Tensor. Is he going to run into them mines that you should have beaconed earlier? Ooh, almost loses the battle bus, but not quite. Yeah, 2 pretty beefy armies now. You've got the overlords backed up by MiGs, GATs, ECMs. But then you've also got loads of AP ammo quads and like 2 or 3 battle buses. They're both pretty strong armies, both capable of winning against the other army. Artillery now coming in. It's going to be between there. You could have done it between there and killed both of them buildings, but let's kill the supply regardless. And SiZe might lose an overlord here. Yeah, the battle bus is chasing, and MiGs are coming in. There's a mine drop from SiZe. Not the greatest in the world, only kills 1 quad, but the quads are continuing to press forward. The MiGs are actually going round and going for the base again. Was it not best to help there? Is he going to fly over the quads anyway? SiZe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why not help your army? You're going to lose. You just lost the game with that MiG strike. I think you just lost the game with that MiG strike. Why did those... He had like, what? He's got 3 airfields. SiZe, what have you just done? He had 3 airfields. That's a maximum capacity of 12 MiGs. When them overlords are fighting, you could have come in and wiped out every single quad and probably won yourself the game. But now he's just lost it. Most MiGs. He's got 2 left and lost pretty much all the overlords. He's got 1 overlord just remade. I think he's just lost the game. We also combined that epic TNT before and the oil, which is taking it out of size a bit, taking the steam out of his sails a little bit. The wind out of his sails, rather. I don't know how that quad's still alive. It's dead now, though. Walking over the neutron mines for a while there. I think SiZe is dead now. I think he's lost too much. I also question if a nuke is actually decent money spent against GLA or not. SiZe trying to hold. He's got 2 overlords over on the right side. SiZe disabled one of Tensorgg's overlords. Battle bus runs in, wipes out another overlord. MiGs come in and kill the battle bus, but the battle bus is already too close to the airfield. Kills both MiGs as well. And yeah, I think Tensor's won it now. As long as he doesn't completely mess up in the next couple of minutes, like some huge errors, I think he's won. He just needs DoMiNaToR to snipe those 2. There's no MiGs anymore. There's no oil. SiZe only has a little bit of supplies there left to collect 1,600. As long as you got a DoMiNaToR, take these overlords for yourself. I think that's it. I think he could repair his oil, just to make sure. Does need the second supply back. He doesn't seem interested in getting that at the moment. Oh, there's quite a lot of cash there, I think. Not sure where them workers are going. Okay, Tensor finally expanded on his second supply. Actually, it's his only supply now, isn't it? DoMiNaToR sniped another overlord, which then got stolen. Both players level 5. Where's the Anthrax? He's not got a CC, okay. Yeah, Anthrax and Sneak Attack could end the game right now. I think a CC is very important. I think he should have been building that in advance. He is obviously low cash. That supply is only just taking him over 2k, but I do think that supply could have been re-expanded to sooner, though. Need to be careful here of a nuke, because a nuke does hit awfully fast, and I think that army might take the nuke to the face. If not, it'll be on this oil. That oil's been repaired now. I like that, but a nuke will still wipe it out, unfortunately. I think that's an EMP. No, it's actually a mine drop. I think SiZe does have an EMP there. Here comes the artillery from SiZe. The thing is, SiZe has only got artillery and a nuke now. That's it, and 1 ECM. nuke is not enough. Yeah, both players don't have a lot, but... That makes me wonder here. Is he going to get the nuke? Is he going to get the Scud? No, he doesn't. You know what he could have done? If he had the Lotus here, he could have started capturing the Scud, nuked that, and carpeted the other tunnel. And then it's a win-win situation. Either you get the Scud and wipe out the army, or SiZe doesn't pop... sorry, Tensor doesn't pop because he's scared of a nuke and a carpet, and has to sell the Scud. You see what I mean? If you had the... I didn't know he had the Lotus there, but because he did have the Lotus there, that does change things. Anyway, Tensor gets himself on the scoreboard. 3-1 is the score. Okay, jumping into the next match. Up in the north, we have Vendetta is the map this time. We have the Agile player with the orange color, which is Big SiZe. Down in the south, ooh, a mirror. Perfect mirror. We have the Cyan player with Agile Vanilla, which is Tensorgg. Here's a big size tunnel for you. It's actually faster than Tensor's. I think what SiZe was thinking here is that Tensor might actually go for 3 supplies like a lot of people do. And therefore SiZe has gone for this aggressive tunnel here that would shut that down. But I do think there should be a terrorist from Tensor. SiZe should win that engagement because he has his worker left, whereas Tensor lost his worker. So SiZe can repair this, whereas Tensor can't unless he brings another worker, which he is doing. But that one, yeah, that one's already going low, see. So if SiZe pops a few RPGs now to really weaken it, he could maybe win the battle there. SiZe has gone for technical, yeah, pops all of his RPGs, but RPGs are popped for Tensor as well. Bit of a messy situation. But it's worse for Tensor because that tunnel's still alive. That tunnel's gone. The machine gun now can focus on the RPG. So bad start there for Tensor. He does have an aggressive tunnel over on the left. Tensor does have good control here. SiZe gone for 1 rebel to capture that oil. Okay. SiZe with a naked supply. Over on the left. If you ever listen to Mad Rage, you know, Mad Rage is an expert player, one of the best players to ever play Zero. He would always say, always secure the supply first, like with the tunnel, and then build your supply later. Because if a technical just comes there now and shuts that down, it's a complete waste. But is Tensor just dead here anyway due to this fast aggression from Big SiZe? Maybe SiZe is just feeling confident now. I was 3-1 up. Wants to be aggressive here and close this out. Doesn't want to let it go into a long gilet mirror, which can go long. But yeah, SiZe with the aggression here. But none of this really should have happened. This game should have taken a completely different course. Probably should have been a terrorist there, in all honesty. I mean, sometimes if you think both players are going to go for 3 supplies, sometimes you might skip a terrorist gunner there, might even go rebel straight away. But SiZe is not that. It's a very quick game, actually. 3 minutes 30. Yeah, Tensor wasn't ready for that aggression. If he'd had a terrorist, though, that whole game would have been completely different. It would not happen like that. But yeah, well played to SiZe, changing it up. Nice, fast and aggressive. We prefer a fast and aggressive gilet mirror rather than a 40-minute bunk fest, probably. Let me know your comments anyway. Okay, jumping into reverse. Of course, we're back on Vendetta, but now SiZe is down in the south position with the Gilet Vanilla in the orange color. Up in the north, we have the Gilet Vanilla for the purple player, which is Tensorgg. So I imagine Tensor's going to be a bit scared of that aggression again from SiZe. Knowing SiZe, though, he won't do exactly the same build order twice in a row. He will definitely vary it up. If he plays the same matchup 5 times in a row, he'll probably do 5 different build orders to keep you guessing. I think Tensor will be prepared for it this time, though. He will make a terrorist. It needs to be moving already, though. There's no good just sitting there doing nothing. Needs to be heading over here. But maybe... Like you see, you could be locked on that worker already, which could shut it down. But I think he's going for a fast TNT over on SiZe, so... I think he's saving the terrorist, because you will be able to get a faster TNT out if you don't use your first terrorist to kill a worker. Terrorist from SiZe. I don't think it's in time, but it might kill the RPGs, though. Yeah. Killing the RPGs, though, is kind of big, because them RPGs can be the difference between you winning and losing a battle when it comes down to a couple of quads versus a couple of quads and RPGs later on. SiZe now entering the base of Tensor with a technical. I think it's an empty one, though. Tensor's going for the real thing, which is a TNT. That one won't be able to do anything here, I don't think. But it'll be able to go over here and kill these workers, which is still a big impact. TNT is going to get in on SiZe. SiZe is on it with a technical, but I don't think it's going to stop anything. He does run into it, but no. That's a really good start there for Tensor, because he's still got his arms dealer. He's making quads. Needs to get that scrap, though, and needs to preserve the HP on that. Very important. Oh, SiZe is going for a TNT. Okay. I mean, in an ideal world, you would have got the scrap there, carried on being annoying, killed those RPGs, and saved that if your multitasking was godlike. But in the grand scheme of things, that was more important to focus on this arms dealer. But yeah, ideally, I think SiZe should be pretty in a really bad position at the moment. That technical with a grenade tech would be running around killing all these workers, and that would be so bad for SiZe. SiZe's got another tunnel in this position. I don't know how he does this, honestly. He's entering the base now with a grenade tech. There's a quad there lying in wait, and technical does have to make a run for it. SiZe has got a fast third supply over on the left. Tech RPG. I'm not sure he'll be able to kill the arms dealer. I mean, maybe. If he loses that technical, though, could give SiZe a super tech. Is this technical going to survive? No, both technicals die. So Tensor overall will lose that engagement. SiZe will preserve all his RPGs. Aggressive tunnel here from Tensor. It is different to the norm here. Normally on this map, you will see both players going for 3 supplies, getting a big boost, and then pushing out and stuff. But you're seeing here, like, to see a tunnel there from the enemy and a tunnel there from the enemy is probably quite rare on this map. Don't see that every day. Is that another TNT? It is. Okay. Maybe a bit unnecessary, because the War Factory is probably dead anyway. But if he wins that engagement there against... Oh, is he going to do, though? Is he going to do the super tech of SiZe? Oh, he doesn't. And the fact that super tech is still alive for SiZe, that's... yeah, that's not good. But the thing is, Tensor hasn't scouted the left-hand side at all. He doesn't know that SiZe is on a third supply. So all this damage that SiZe is taking, he's just funding with this extra supply, even though he needs more workers there. Only got 2. But he's still funding it partly, at least, by that extra supply, whilst Tensor's still sitting on 2. Super tech entering the base now. Yeah, the problem is, if you've just got slow quads or 1 weak technical, killing that super tech now is going to be a problem. It's going to be able to run round, hit buildings. You're going to have to do something about it. It's not like a a level 1 technical, you know, with just a little gun on it. It's a super tech, so it does eat into your buildings very, very quick. It's Vet 3 now as well. That tunnel is very ambitious. Does get stopped by a few RPGs. And we've got another attack here from Tensor. No pop yet from SiZe, but I think he will more so pop from there. Tensor does need to make something happen, because he's aware of this third supply now. And he also can't get his own third supply because SiZe has control of it. Super tech now coming in, and these quads are going to be eaten alive. Yeah. I think the next objective for both players should be clear your third supply. So SiZe should be clearing that. And that'll be a big loss for Tensor, because that's his third now. And Tensor should be clearing this. Tensor's also got an idle worker in there, so he's only collecting on 3 workers. Yeah, Tensor clearly behind here for me. SiZe expanding now to a 4th. No players have their oil yet. Super Tech just can clear up any harassment because it's just so strong. And Tensor's going to lose this area, and I think that's it, you know. I think that's GG. You can't lose that supply. I mean, SiZe maybe will let him have this area, but if he keeps pushing there, all of this can be stopped. There's nothing occupied in that building. Yeah, SiZe might just send 1 quad and just deny that worker. There is that tunnel rebuilding as well, though. Tensor's actually... Okay, now closed in on this position. Okay, bit of a funky game. But SiZe, with those amount of quads, also that super tech, he should be able to hold this, I think, especially when he starts reinforcing it. How many arms dealers is SiZe on? Just the 1. Just the 1, actually. Yeah, that tunnel is going to get shut down on all the workers there with it. Super Tech's still alive. The preservation on that has been really good. Does eventually go down, though, to the quads. I think it's mainly just that vetted quad there. But it's already more than paid off for itself. It's already been excellent micro for SiZe so far. And I think SiZe is really settling into this game and this set now. He's losing a lot of RPGs over on the right, but he has the majority of the supplies on the map. He has pretty much all the supplies out on the map, apart from Tensor's 2. That's it. SiZe has got double the supplies right now, if he actually secures that one and takes it. Yeah, Tensor under pressure, man. He needs to make something happen. Does stop that tunnel going up. But SiZe has a lot of quads. SiZe on a palace, making a CC, making a market. SiZe's got 6.4k in the bank. Yeah, Tensor retaining this kind of annoying spot over on the right-hand side. Could get both of these oils at the moment, actually. But is SiZe just going to build up enough quads just to, or enough army in general just to overrun Tensor in his main base at this point? Tensor's coming in from 2 angles. Loses a load of quads here, and SiZe is getting the bounty money as well. I'm not so sure if Tensor is or not. I need to watch the quad battles again. SiZe now on the second arms dealer making buggies. He's on a market. He's on workers' shoes. SiZe does need more workers on his main. He's had 3 workers there for ages. But I think that is over. SiZe is too far ahead. That Toxin Tractor doesn't even properly kill that bunker. RPG's gone back inside of it, which makes this bit of a push here from Tensor pretty much impossible with that bunker still fully loaded. He's still pumping out the quads, but meanwhile SiZe is now collecting on workers' shoes, so his money is better. He's on more supplies anyway. The thing going for Tensor, I suppose, is that he is getting the second oil load. It is quite late. I think he could have got that a while ago. And Tensor is winning some of these engagements, but he's not getting the bounty money, whereas SiZe is. So every trade-off, SiZe is getting more and more money. I'm not even sure what... Oh, John McKell snubbed that. Yeah. I feel like Tensor's just going to run out of... completely run out of steam in a second. There's only so long you can spam tier 1 units just to keep yourself in the game. Is that a graphical glitch there? You see that? I think it just appeared. You see that line? Yeah, SiZe on loads of buggies now, so he can just eat through these all day. If he gets his Jarman as well, the RPG is not a problem, and then the buggies can just eat the quads. Yeah, bringing a quad is good as well. Tensor still doesn't have the oil. He's trying to build a palace. Second supply runs dry. So he's on 1 supply now against SiZe's 3. Oh no, that one's dried up. 2. Yeah, is SiZe going to kill that oil? Yes, he is. He does have AP rockets and the buggy ammo upgrade. Another big push of quads here from Tensor. But it's just not enough. You can't just continue so long on tier 1 units against like a teched up GLA. Eventually, you are just gonna get eaten up by the buggies. John McKell a little bit close with that snipe, almost loses his life there of big size. Everything gets cleared up in SiZe's base. Sensor's got a palace. He's got his 3rd supply back. He's trying to build a market. Maybe SiZe isn't in an insanely strong position. It's mainly just them buggies. Like, how is Tensor going to deal with those buggies? But SiZe is actually running out of money himself. I suppose he's still got loads on his supply, but the only reason he's got loads is because he just hasn't been collecting on enough workers. He should have more money in the bank and probably arguably more markets on the way. But yeah, if you collect on 3 workers all the game, let's actually compare the suppliers. Because he was collecting on 3 workers for a while as well, actually. 16 point something. 21. Whoa. Whoa, okay. And that's not even like... He should have even collected more, because at one point he was collecting on like 2 or 3 workers and one of them was idle. So yeah, I think that's why SiZe's base looks a little bit small. He does have loads of buggies though. And he does have pretty much all the upgrades that you need for the buggies. Just not junk repair. Jean Kellis here. So at this point, yeah, it's still GG. SiZe just needs the units that he's got, and that's it. Just deletes these buggies so quick. Tensor GG has been defeated. 5-1 there for Big SiZe. Well played. A bit longer than the previous one, but still pretty comfortable win there for Big SiZe. Okay, jumping into the next one. We're on Dralim Desert by Millard 9 up in the north position with the orange color with the China nuke. This is Big SiZe. Down in the bottom left with the red player with the China tank. This is Tensor GG. So nuke against tank is imbalanced. Nuke is better. The reason is you got fast overlords that in a big group can just go around the map and just pretty much win every fight against pretty much all tank units. But also the nuke has long range, so you can build infernos and he can build nuke cannons. Nuke cannons doesn't even need a general's promotion for China nuke, whereas tank has no long range units, and he has expensive helixes that are slow to make, expensive tank hunters that go inside of the helix as well. Yeah, the tank Helix builds 5 seconds slower than the other Chinas. If you got a tank CC and a China CC, for example, and you both made a power plant, both made a supply, and both made an airfield, and then both made a Helix, the Helix for the tank player would be 5 seconds slower. So 2 outposts are the unit of choice from Tensor. I like that, and I like Garrison in this building as well, because it does provide a massive protection. I like his build order all around, to be honest. He's got it quite nicely sealed. But big size with a double red card capture down here, okay. I mean, if he gets 3 oils as the nuke, it's probably already over, isn't it? 3 oils as the nuke. Is that a mistake from SiZe? Shouldn't he try to capture that with one of them red guard? Or did he plan to send 2 down there anyway to stop that? Because then he would definitely win that fight. But arguably, he should have got the red guard veterancy and then he would have won that fight anyway. But, I mean, a nuke with 3 oils against your tank with no oils? It's going to be difficult, man, because it's imbalanced anyway. You probably need a 3 oil lead just to make it even, honestly, because it is imbalanced. SiZe now entering the base with the Battlemaster. This oil capture could come in for Tensor. But SiZe has 3 oils still. This outpost is just providing a bit of a scout, really. Battlemaster for SiZe does get in. I'm going to kill some trucks. Battlemaster for SiZe continuing the aggression down the middle of the map. Does deny 1 oil. That Battlemaster there should go down. Give us a bit of veterancy there to one of the nuke Battlemasters. Yeah, 2 trucks have been killed, and he's only collecting on 2 trucks against SiZe that's collecting on 4 trucks, now 6 actually, and he's got 3 oils, so I think that might be Tensor GG, unfortunately, out of the World Series. Yeah, losing even more trucks here. I mean, it's difficult. You're against nuke. It's going to be difficult, whatever. I'm actually struggling to think of what an ideal build order is here for the tank against nuke. I actually think he probably started with probably what I would do, but maybe he needs to go for the oils, or at least deny SiZe's oils. It's difficult regardless. The nuke is just better. But I definitely like SiZe's strat of going for the oils, because you got 1 war factory, 1 barracks. As soon as some oil captures come in, you build a 2nd war factory, build a prop, and then it's GG. SiZe's build order is perfect. But tank, unfortunately, needs to work harder and needs to be super perfect. Overlord now coming in. Does have subliminal meshing, so he's going to heal and shoot faster, all that kind of stuff. Does turn around. You see the Overlord is just so quick and just deletes these Battlemasters of the tank. He's got some veterancy there himself, and he's killing more trucks here. Tensor GG has been defeated. Tensor GG is out of the World Series. But it was an epic run. Getting to the third round there for his only 2nd tournament. It went up against Big SiZe in round 3, which is a bit unfortunate. Super strong player. SiZe has been playing World Series since like 2010. SiZe has won loads of tournaments, played loads of challenges, so much experience. And he's quite active at the moment as well, playing against like Maricar, Fargo, XCal, stuff like that. Actually, he's been playing against XCal, probably not so much. But yeah, so nice try there from Tensor. SiZe a little bit too strong. But I think this will give you valuable experience to Tensor GG. And maybe we'll see him back again next time and perform better. My advice to Tensor is always play someone that, well, spam a lot and be active, but always play someone that's a little bit better than you. So if SiZe is like maybe 2 or 3 levels, 2 better than you, or 1 level better than you, or whatever, maybe play more people like, I don't know, HSN Lab. Could you say maybe Peace Lover? Maybe Peace Lover's too good as well. You know, like the freestylers of the world. Ganja, Machiavelli, these kind of players. spam loads against them, and then when you're winning those comfortably, then move up and play SiZe and challenges every day and just be active against Shay, Fargo, all these kind of people. Yeah, and be active. Play lots of challenges as well. I think that gives you good experience. And I think we will see him back in the future and perform very, very well. Because, yeah, for his only second tournament, I actually think he did very well here. But, yeah, shout out to Big SiZe. He will now progress. And he will play against Peace Lover, actually. Also going by the name of Merry. You'll see him on the bracket as Merry. I've played Merry a lot lately on... and I actually think he's pretty good. I think Merry might do the upset. I would not be surprised if he does the upset and kicks Big SiZe out of the tournament. Actually, in my mind, I think SiZe might be the underdog, you know? Maybe. But based on some of Merry's previous rounds, did he play the best? Is the pressure of the tournament getting to him and stuff like that? I don't know. A very, very interesting one, Merry and Big SiZe for sure. So yeah, watch this space. GG, well played. Let me know in your comments down below, and I'll see you very, very soon.